Happy Friday the 13th. I'm Jason, and you're not. And this is my review on the Friday the 13th franchise. So let's get started with the original Friday the 13th. It's uncut. It's really not too much difference in the uncut version. But anyway, there's these counselors come to work at Camp Crystal Lake. And, they keep reopening it, and there's, people always die. They call it Camp Blood. So it's because of Mrs. Voorhees, Pamela Voorhees, who's trying to avenge the death of her son, Jason. Jason drowned a few, 30 years or so earlier. I don't remember the exact details. But it's not too bad for a slasher. It has some fairly good death scenes. They kill Kevin Bacon. That's funny. So I guess I give it a B+. I have to move along because I got a bunch more to review. Now we have Friday the 13th Part 2. This is the first one that Jason is the killer, and he doesn't have his hockey mask yet, which sucks. He's kind of like a hillbilly wearing a sack over his head. He has an eye hole. That's not really too scary, but... So it's kind of like the Deliverance version of Friday the 13th. It's not too bad. It's okay. It's basically the same storyline, 5 years later, a different, a camp right next to the Camp Crystal Lake. I don't know what the camp of this one is called, but it doesn't matter. So all these group of counselors, of course, with always counselors, Jason comes and kills them all, and there's always one Jenny, who's the survivor, tries to survive Jason's wrath. B, I guess. I don't know. Someday I might go back and do a better review for these. Oh. Next we have Friday the 13th Part 3, 3D. This is one of my favorite sequels. Actually, well, not because Jason gets his mask, but just because it's a better storyline. So these group of friends go off to this, cottage or whatever for the weekend. They kind of get together, and Jason just happens to show up and starts killing them all. And it's one of the better ones for me. But any other sequel in this one pretty much just repeats everything that happens in this one. Just a bunch of friends getting together to party for the weekend, and Jason comes and kills them. So, A- for this one. Again, I need to do a better review for each of these. But this is just because it's Friday the 13th, I'm reviewing them all. Finally, we come to Friday the 13th, the final chapter, because it's the last one. It has Corey Feldman. And it's just a bunch of violence, nudity, sex. I guess basically everything you'd want for a Friday the 13th movie, and the last one. So, Corey Feldman plays Tommy Jarvis, a little kid who knows about horror movies and plays video games and makes masks. So nothing weird about that. It has George McFly from the Back to the Future series. He dies. And Jason's more brutal and hardcore. This one takes place right after the other ones, and it's not even Friday the 13th. It's just it's Sunday the 15th or something, or Tuesday the 16th. I don't know, whatever. So that's the last one. Oh, guess not. Friday the 13th Part 5: A New Beginning. Technically, I've already reviewed this one. Jason's not in it. Don't watch it. Next, we have Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. This is another one of my favorite of the sequels. It has Tommy Jarvis again, not by Corey Feldman, but, the character Tommy Jarvis comes back, and he, for some stupid reason, goes to Jason's grave and digs him up, and all of a sudden he comes back to life. That's stupid. Tommy, what's the matter with you? Oh, and there's a character named Megan. That's funny, because I have a friend named Megan. Don't worry, Megan lives. So Tommy keeps trying to tell the law enforcement in town that Jason's back, but no one believes him, of course. So they renamed Crystal Lake to Forest Green, and Jason it's funnier. It's one of the funnier. It's kind of funny moments. So it's not really too much sex. So it's one of the better ones in my opinion. I give it an A. So yeah, Alright, now we have Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, or Carrie versus Jason, because Tina, this woman that brings Jason back with her mind, has powers just like Carrie does. Stephen King movie. I wish I had to show you. So Tina uses her powers to try to stop Jason. Well, this is the first one that has Kane Hodder in it also. This one's decent. It's not horrible. It's not the best one, but it's pretty good. Has some pretty cool death scenes. Jason looks like a monster in this one. He just looks like just an old creepy, scary monster when like his mask just rips off. That's a pretty cool scene. So yeah, it has Terry Kaiser from Weekend at Bernie's. So Jason Voorhees killed Bernie. I guess a B minus, I guess. Now we have Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. Well, it seemed like the majority of the movie, like, it just takes place on the boat. Like, the boat of going into Manhattan. Jason really isn't in Manhattan for maybe like 10 or 15 minutes at the end of the movie. And so, yeah, these, graduates are going to New York to celebrate graduating. And so Jason comes aboard and kills them. And they just kind of run throughout New York City trying to avoid Jason. There's a pretty funny scene where like these guys are listening to the radio, Jason kicks it, and they like all whip out their knives or whatever, and then Jason like lifts up his mask and shows them his face, and they're like, oh shit, and then they run away. That was pretty funny. So B, I guess. One of my friends really wanted me to review this one, and so that's why I decided to review all these. Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. I don't like this one. Not too much. It's like Freaky Friday the 13th. It's like Jason leaps from everyone. Like, for one thing, Jason's back at Crystal Lake at the beginning of this one, even though he dies in New York City, so I don't know how that happened. I guess just because it's a New Line Cinema movie, they figured, oh, we're New Line Cinema, we don't care. I just don't like it. Sorry. So, and it's kind of silly. Like, Jason, like, he goes from body to body. Like, he has, like, this snake thing in his mouth, and he transports it to, like, other people. Blah. And, like, he strips some guy down, he shaves them. Why the hell would Jason Voorhees, a killer, strip a guy down and shave him? That is messed up. So, this bounty hunter named Cretan Duke, he's pretty cool. He's all mysterious. And he kind of tells that there's only a Voorhees can kill Jason. So it turns out Jason had a half-sister. Yeah. I'm not too sure about the family. So, and then Jason's half-niece is the one that tries to kill him with this mystical dagger. What happened? What happened to the Friday the 13th series? I mean, we go from just a mom killing in the original, nothing supernatural about that, but now we have Jason switching from body to body. That's like, what the hell? It's like science fiction. It's like Quantum Leap. Jason Voorhees is hoping that each leap will be the leap home. Yeah. It does have a pretty cool ending, though. Like, it does kind of end that it would be the last one just because Jason does get pushed down into hell. But then Freddy's claw comes up and grabs Jason's mask. So that leads into Freddy vs. Jason, which I'm going to review right now, even though Jason X came first. So we have Freddy vs. Jason. It's pretty awesome. Freddy and Jason totally duke it out. Slice at each other, stab each other. It's a pretty fun movie. Although the first, 50 minutes you're just, sitting there. Come on. Fight already. Hurry. Meh. Then finally Freddy and Jason start fighting, which is the best part of the whole movie. So, B+ for Freddy and Jason totally kicking each other's ass. By the way, Jason won, okay? I was Team Jason, and Jason won this fight. Don't tell me otherwise. You can't convince me that Freddy won. Bullcrap. Now we have Jason X, which is years after Jason won the battle with Freddy. He's in space. So Jason's in space, we got Leprechaun in space, Critters in space. We need to have Michael Myers in space now. Or, yeah. So, Freddy... Crap. Sorry, I get all these monsters mixed together. Jason is frozen, and then in the year 2455 he gets thawed out and starts killing everyone on this ship. And Rowan, she's the one that helped Jason get freezed. I know. She ends up, cause she gets thawed out too, and tells them that they need to run. And also, it's pretty cool that Jason gets an upgrade. He kind of becomes like Uber Jason. He gets all like cyber and metallic or whatever. B+. Now we have the remake, reimagining, reboot, whatever, or just Friday the 13th. I really like this one. It's a pretty awesome movie. So this is like completely restarting over. So Jason has like a sack and his mask in this one. It's like a mixture of the first 3 or 4 movies. Like the first 5 minutes is kind of like a remake of the first one. Like if they did like a prequel to this one, that would be the true remake of the original. I'm confused too. I'm sorry. So Clay's sister is kidnapped by Jason because Jason thinks Clay's sister looks like Jason's mom, the younger version of Jason's mom. So that's why he kidnaps her. And Jason runs in this movie. He runs. He's scarier. He's more terrifying. He's more gritty, more raw, more real, whatever. So Jason's a badass in this one. Don't mess with Jason. So these kind of group of friends all go to a cabin, hang out, and then Jason comes and kills them. It's the exact same storyline. They did. All right, A+. No, A. Sorry. Now we have. His name was Jason. 30 years of Friday the 13th. You see that? Okay. So it's basically just a documentary, 90-minute documentary of all the movies that they've done, all the Freddy, Jason movies. I'm sorry, of all the Jason movies, and it's a pretty awesome documentary. You should check it out. I give it an A. Now we have Friday the 13th, a series. You see that? So this has nothing to do with Jason. Although it does have one of the actors that was in Jason Goes to Hell. It's like these cousins and some old doctor guy work at this antique store, and they got to hunt down all these haunted, possessed antiques that people have bought, and they kind of just try to put them into this vault so they won't. Yeah. I haven't really watched them all yet, but I'm going to, eventually. Alright, so happy Friday the 13th, everyone. I tried to do the best I could to review all of them in the same review. Hopefully someday I could, sit down and just review one at a time, like how I did for my Friday the 13th Part 5 review. So my favorites will be like 3 and 6, maybe 7, and the remake. And Freddy vs. Jason. So yeah, I'll probably review those eventually in the future someday. Jason, welcome to Crystal Lake, bitch. Friday the 13th. Oh, my other Jason one up there.